All right, and welcome to episode 23 of What is Hitman Roulette. Today, we're going to be talking about the updates for Season 3, the Hitman 3 content. So, we're going to be discussing maps ranging from Dubai all the way up to Ambrose Island, obviously with the exception of Carpathian Mountains, because that map is not utilized in Roulette. So we'll only be discussing the 6. So I'm going to be providing updates for the 6 maps mentioned in this video. This is probably the last video in this series, at least for a little while, until I come up with some other stupid idea to make into another two-parter or whatever. I might make a Where Is All the Weapons At dog video in the future. Who knows? I'm not too sure if I want to take on that task. That seems like quite a daunting one in my opinion because there's a fuck ton of melee items in each map. And I was also thinking about doing a video on what guns are in each map. So between the silenced guns and the loud guns and what ones there are specifically for each map and where you can find them. But again, that's quite the undertaking, and I'm there's not enough time of the day to get all this shit done. So I'm trying to get as much done as I can on these videos, but man, there's a lot to be done. So we'll see if we have future episodes in the future. But for now, this is, I think, the final episode for at least a little while. Season 3, as I've said before, is a pretty good hit or miss. You got about half the season that's good quality maps with Berlin, Chongqing, and Ambrose Island, and then you got the other half of the season with Dubai, Dartmoor, and Mendoza that I'm not particularly fond of. Mendoza's certainly grown on me in the last little while, but Dubai and Dartmoor, especially Dartmoor, are still sitting in the shit pile, with Mendoza just barely coming out of it. So, I don't know, I still think that half of this season is pretty terrible. If you include Carpathian Mountains, that means that 3 out of 4 of the maps are decent quality, in my opinion at least. I know Mendoza has a lot of fans too, but I'm noticing lately a lot more people talking shit about Mendoza, so it seems like my propaganda bullshit has been spreading, and, I'm happy to create more Mendoza hate amongst the community. That's always given me the warm and fuzzies inside. So yeah, fuck Mendoza. Although there are some pretty awesome updates in that map in this video that a lot of the community members have come across as new strats, and I'll be including all of them, or as many as I can think of anyways. But here we go. Hope you guys enjoy. Let's go into the update starting now. Alright, we got Dubai to kick things off, so we're going to be talking about the quick Marcus isolation, coupled up with the Ingram loud ballistic kill with no target pacification, meaning Ingram's still got to be standing and alive and well when we get the kill. I think this method is no longer legal in RRWC 2023, but I'm going to include it in this video anyways in case it ever comes back, because it does have a good chance of coming back in the future. You're going to start event staff, as you saw on screen there, and you're going to grab the banana immediately, and you're going to head on upstairs and grab the wrench along the way, and you're going to KO the security guard and the maintenance chick that is in the room when you first climb up the stairs all the way. Get into the side room, and you're going to trank Stuyvesant's guard. From there, you're going to plant the banana that you grabbed from downstairs right in front of the guard's line of walking. If you know what I mean? He's going to be walking in a straight line, so just plant it right in front of him and in between him and Stuyvesant. And then you're going to want to make a triangle between Stuyvesant and the guard and yourself. And that will be ensuring that the guard walks straight. If you move a little bit further ahead, the guard could do a circle around the banana and troll you, but if you stand in this exact position, he will go straight and KO himself every time. For the next guard in the room, I recommend KOing this dude with an item and not with what I just did here, because I almost got caught. As you saw on screen, I had to do a bullet impact distraction there. That's annoying, so make sure that doesn't happen to you. Just KO the guard and KO Stuyvesant in the room, and away you go. Quick isolation and get on up to Ingram. Simple as that. But then for the Ingram loud ballistics kill, all you gotta do is just stand below where Stuyvesant is, shoot him when he's standing from right where I just shot, and boom, it's all good. Just make sure you exit right fucking immediately. If you don't do that, you're kind of fucked, because as you saw on screen there, I got red guns. But I had tons of time to exit. I just didn't exit because I wanted to show that how quickly you get red guns. So there you go. Hopefully that one helps. Dubai sucks. Moving on to Dartmoor, we have the brand new meta strat. This was a strat invented by Moo. What's up, brother? Fucking sick strat, but now I gotta talk a lot. So just follow what I'm doing on screen. If you're going to start suit and you want to go in for suit, you're going to need to get peekabooed by the gardener and the chick that's straight ahead of you. But don't get spotted, obviously. Run around the hedge maze and then bump into the mansion guard that you saw me bump into on screen from behind. Immediately after that, throw the briefcase like you saw on screen. That's going to distract the mansion staff that's smoking a cigarette there, and you can just run past as you see here. From there, you're going to stand to the left side of the door you see on screen, and you're going to trank the butler. Get inside the mansion, but hug the right side of this area here so that you don't get peekabooed fully by the mansion staff before they turn around to see the butler's body. That'll get rid of their enforcer status, and you can freely grab Phineas's token and get on up to where you see here. This is where you need to bring your emetic grenade. So the emetic grenade that you get from Ambrose is fucking sick. As you see here, just wait until Alexa is walking on by. Don't get caught by her or the mansion staff that's walking. Throw this thing at her, it'll detonate immediately, and she will go and get sick in a nearby bathroom. Immediately run over to Rebecca, where she's going to be hanging out and talking on the phone. And you're going to need to trank her and grab her token, but you'll need to position yourself in a very specific way right in front of this object that we're sitting in front of on screen here, as you saw. Play around with this. It's a very tricky spot to nail, but once you've nailed it, you'll know exactly where it is. It's pretty much the front right section of that object there. That's the best I can describe it. I'm sorry, but there you go. Copy what you saw on screen and you should be fine. Grab her token and get the kill on Alexa, and that's the spin fucking done. That's it. Brand new Dartmoor meta. Guess what? This is the strategy you're going to be using for the rest of your Dartmoor career until something else changes and gets better and faster than this shit. Because this is the fucking meta now. If you're not doing this, you're going to lose every time you play Dartmoor, bar none. Sick move. Thanks for making Dartmoor even more boring. Hell yeah. Next up, we're going to talk about the only other strat that you're going to see in Dartmoor pretty much ever. So you're going to start PI for this, and we're going to grab our emetic grenade and wall bang Alexa like you saw there. You need to sit in a very specific spot. It's got to be right in front of the cuckoo clock that you saw on your left, and in between that and the table behind you. But you need to be more towards the cuckoo clock. Your arch for the throw must be a straight line up and down, and it should be hitting Alexa directly under her feet. It's super consistent, as you saw on screen, and that's all there is to it. She'll go on and get sick, so now you got all the time you need to go on and get whatever melee items you need or kill items you need for the kill. Get on upstairs, get the kill on Alexa, get back downstairs, grab the tokens, and exit hers. It's just that simple. So, again, like I said, Dartmoor is pretty much solved at this point. These are the strats that have been being used for the last 3 tournaments in a row. Nobody's really made any adjustments. I'm looking forward to when that day happens, but until then, this is how it be do. So, Dartmoor, you know, it's fucking simple as hell, but it is what it is. If you do see a mansion staff spin or something, or consumed poison spin, you're going to start mansion staff every fucking time, pretty much. But every time you see any other type of spin, you're going to need to evaluate whether or not it is the first strat we talked about or the wall bang strat. So, good luck to you. The Gardener Disguise grab has been updated. You're going to need to know this strategy anytime you see Gardener in the spin, because this is how you're going to grab Gardener for any Gardener type spin. Just start behind mansion, fast forward, like we talked about initially, as the first strat. Trank the Gardener that you saw there on screen, knock out the chick with the briefcase, and grab the Gardener Disguise immediately. Continue the strategy you saw earlier by going ahead and tranking the butler and getting the grenade done on Alexa. The Photographer Disguise has an update as well. You're pretty much going to do the same maneuvering you would do if you were to do a suit run, but once you've bumped the mansion guard, you're going to pass him and immediately trank the photographer. Get down below where the photographer is, and once the chick stands up, you're going to trank her as well. Then swap into photographer and go on about the strat as normal. Sometimes you can get away with just KOing the chick and the body won't be found, but I've had the body found a couple times, so just trank both just in case. Trust me, with this strategy, you can afford the darts. It's fine. Finally, I thought I'd include an update for the Undertaker grab because there's a bit of a difference this time around since he's standing in a different area when we go to trank him. So what you'll need to do is start fast forward behind mansion again and grab the free mansion guard that you saw in my first Dartmoor video way back when in this series. This is the mansion guard I showcased how to get in that video. This guy is free. You can just kick his ass with a briefcase, grab his clothes, and get the fuck out of there. Continue about the strat as you normally would, and once you got the token from Rebecca, get on over to the Undertaker. Avoid the Enforcer on the way there, obviously, and then by now you should be able to afford 2 tranks, so just trank the Undertaker and the gardener chick here, just in case. You can usually get away with just tranking the Undertaker and swapping outfits, but sometimes she does freak out, so you don't have a whole lot of time to waste here, so just trank them both anyways, and you're fine. Grab the Undertaker, get the kill on Alexa with the conveniently placed whatever the fuck the method may be with your agency pickup in the bathroom that Alexa happens to be puking in, which makes this strat that much more fucked. Anyways, there you go. Next up, we have some badass updates for Berlin. We got a couple of dealer grabs here, starting with the free dealer grab where you don't need anything. Just run straight up to the dealer whenever you get there, bump into the chick that he's talking to, and tell him you want to score. Immediately, as soon as you tell him you want to score, go back through the singular door. By the way, make sure you run through the singular door on your way to the dealer. Otherwise, this strat isn't going to work, because that door is actually locked from the other side. Run through the door and up behind this cement pillar here, right beside where you see the ladder is on screen, and don't move any further, but stay hidden for a little bit until the dealer approaches you. As soon as he sees you, he's going to turn around, and then you can KO him and drag his body behind this cement placement here, grab his outfit, and away you go. Free as a daisy, it's all good. You don't need anything for the strat. It's very consistent. I have been able to do this by using the other cement girder 1 pillar further back, but that seems less consistent than using this girder, so just stick with this one. The backup grab for the dealer is using the free sedative syringe where the DJ booth is. Pop open this panel. You're going to need a crowbar for this, or the key's just around the corner. Grab the syringe and get out to the door and check out where the dealer is. Get behind this big cement placement, and as long as the wandering bartender who comes around here and has a cigarette isn't in the area, and you can be sure that he is going to be in the area soon by watching your instinct and seeing if he's in the side room there where the freezer is that you can dump bodies in the back storage area where the bartenders hang out. If that guy's chilling there, he's going to be here any moment, so just hold your horses for a second, wait till he does his thing with a cigarette, and then he walks back out of the room, and then you can throw something, the dealer will come around, and you can syringe him and pokey-poo him right behind this cement placement here and not have to worry about getting seen by anybody. If you're struggling with the free dealer grab, and by the way, that grab can only work if you attempt it once, you're going to need to get a different disguise if you want to try to attempt it again. So maybe doing this backup syringe strat is a little bit faster, so I think it's handy to know for that reason. This next one is a massive strat again from Moo, and it's fucking insane. Alright, so it's a doozy. I'm going to need to talk a lot. So you start DJ, and immediately get over to where Chamberlain is. He's going to be talking to the guards on the other side by the camera box. Knock him out when he's going on to the dance floor, right before he enters the doorway. Grab his SMG, just leave his body there, he's fine for now. Get out through the doorway ahead of you and grab your stash. This is a very good area to put your agency pickup, so I highly recommend doing that. Get up to the stairs and get by where the technician is there. He's just hanging out smoking a cigarette. Florida Man is the guy you're going to need to watch on your instinct for. As soon as he approaches the top of the stairs that he's coming down, you're going to need to go to the other stairs on the other side and throw the briefcase behind you on the bottom of those stairs. That's going to bring the technician over there. What you'll need to do then is run up behind Florida Man and KO him before he gets too far down his set of stairs. But don't panic, he's a very slow stair walker, so you got lots of time for this shit. KO Florida Man, and there you go. He's free of charge. You don't need to worry about hiding his body because nobody goes on these stairs except for Florida Man, the technician, Montgomery, and his guard. KO the technician straight ahead of you before he decides to turn back around. And you can just leave both their bodies where they are, but I decided to move them on screen because fuck it. From here, run in the direction that you see on screen here. I'm dressed as Florida Man, but you can really wear whatever the fuck you want at this point. And watch your instinct for Montgomery. He's going to be heading down the stairs towards where Chamberlain's unconscious body is. If you did everything on time and Florida Man didn't give you terrible shit RNG, which can sometimes be the case, but even if he does that, you should still be able to approach Montgomery and KO him and his guard with no problems at all. Deal with Montgomery like you saw there on screen. Get back over to the DJ booth and shoot over where the cement girder is, right in front of or behind Banner. I can't tell if it's in front of or behind, but the point is he can fucking hear it, and it panics him, and it gets him to come to where you are. It's the Banner lure, but from the bottom of the building instead of the roof. So there you go. Kind of sick. From there, you're going to need to do the free dealer grab that we talked about initially in the Berlin strats here. You notice I normally do disguises last, but because we needed to know this dealer grab beforehand for this strategy to work, I decided to do the disguise grabs prior to the isolation strategies. So either way, this is kind of like a disguise grab plus an isolation strategy all rolled into one, because you got the free Florida Man grab too, which is the first Florida Man grab we've ever seen so far that doesn't require any items at all. So that's fucking sick. Grab the dealer, book your ass back over to Banner. He should be just panicking and hanging out to where you are by that point. Kick his ass, drag him in the other room, and there you go. That's 3 targets isolated, the dealer disguise and floor disguise accounted for. You can even go and grab Rolf Hirschmiller really quick if you want. You also have your DJ disguise on hand still. You got club security on the go and technician, all within the immediate vicinity. Plus bikers are in Rolf's office too. So I mean, you got so many disguises on hand with the strat and 3 targets isolated that happen to be the annoying targets at the bottom of the building. So that's fucking awesome. 6 strat. Thanks, Move, for being a bro. Moving on to Chongqing, we got the Hush falling object kill, making it a remote live kill from anywhere on the map. Start block guard, take out the surveillance cameras, and head immediately into the room with the researcher and the block guard where Hush is having a conversation with the researcher. Take out your micro explosive here. Make sure it is a micro explosive because A, that way the researcher won't find it, and B, that way when it blows up, it doesn't hurt the researcher because the blast radius isn't big enough to affect the researcher, but it's big enough to impact the chandelier from outside. The placement is pretty specific, so take a good look at where it is on screen and try to replicate that as best you can. Immediately get downstairs and trigger the satellite. From the point of triggering the satellite, you've got about 2 minutes 10 to 2 minutes 20 seconds-ish before Hush gets downstairs and within proximity to detonate the explosive. Go back over under the chandelier there and find a pop can on the ground. Use that as a reference and put 3 coins, one after the other. This will allow Hush, once he sees the first coin, to actually go for the second coin first, which puts him in perfect position to have the chandelier come down on his head without killing Mogwai. Since you got over 2 minutes to worry about actually detonating this thing on time and not killing Mogwai, you really have ample time to go around the map doing whatever you need for Imogen and grabbing whatever kill you need for her and disguise you need for her as well. So, pretty awesome strat. Probably the best way to do falling object in my opinion. Next up, we have the wall bang for Imogen, which is a fantastic strategy for loud ballistic kills on Imogen. First things first, you obviously need to shoot a drone, so shoot the drone and then get downstairs and try to deal with Imogen's bodyguard as soon as you can. I think the best place to deal with him is still on the stairs. Just make sure you KO him at the bottom of the stairs behind Imogen when she's at the very, very top on her iPad. KO him so that he's fairly out of the way of any stray bullets that might be hitting Imogen from the downstairs area where the wallbang is. Once his body's in the clear, get back downstairs. Make sure you grab the Tier 3 ID card so that you can open the exit door behind you once you execute this kill. Stand in front of the exit door right above the top of the mid stairway there. I get a little more luck when I shoot her from the left side of that little stairwell. As you see on screen here, first try, no issues there with an SMG. This can be pretty tricky with a shotgun, but there you go. On to Imogen drowning. A lot of players don't know how to do this kill, so it's probably a good idea to address it here. First things first, after the 1 minute 30 mark, around the time after you've dealt with Hush or after you've isolated Hush, you're going to want to shoot out a drone. That's going to get Imogen moving up to the area where we just discussed where the wallbang was for Imogen. While she's in this immediate vicinity, as you see on screen here in the ICA facility downstairs, this is the ideal area to get a seeker shot or an emetic grenade on her because she'll go to one of 2 different bathrooms that are quite easily accessible compared to the 2 upstairs bathrooms. So try to get her down here as best as you possibly can. Once she's sick, just tail her. You're going to want to need to deal with her guard in some way. You can honestly just tail Imogen's guard and then just pass him once he stops moving. It's very easy to do. And then just follow her into the bathroom and drown her. That's fine. But if you don't make the doorway in time for whatever reason, like what you're seeing on screen here with this bullshit fuck up that I did. You can get around, as you saw on screen there, quite easily by maneuvering. I did it in my fucking suit, so it's really not that big a deal. Get the drown kill on Imogen, deal with her bodyguard, take his clothes, and exit, or don't take his clothes and exit, that's up to you. Next up, we have the fast facility engineer grab, courtesy of that observer. What's up, brother? Thanks for the 6th strat. It's way better than the old strat. You're going to want to start facility analyst for this one. Grab the banana that's right beside you, or bring a banana in. Run up to the area that you see here on screen, and you need to bring a explosive baseball or an explosive golf ball for this strat, but either one works. And throw it exactly where you saw on screen there, just below where the abyss is, but not immediately on the ground of that abyss, and not directly in front of you on your ground level either, like halfway in between there. Plant the banana where you saw on screen. It's a pretty specific spot, so hopefully that visual helps out. The facility engineer will come running out, grab his clothes when he gets KO'd on the banana, and away you go. Awesome fucking strat. Another strat from Observer here, we've got the facility guard disguise grab for free from the same starting location. This is fantastic for getting this disguise for a quick hush kill. Get down the stairs where you see on screen here from the facility analyst start, shoot the wall like you saw on screen there, and plant the banana that you took from the facility analyst start down at the corner of the stairs at the very bottom. Get out of the danger bubble, run towards where the guard's going to be going through the door, and then just follow him as he KOs himself on the banana peel. Grab his clothes and get the fuck up to hush in no time at all. This strat is so sick. Observer, you're the most valuable MVP. Moving on to Mendoza, we got a really cool strat here from Time Cube. This is called the Cave Isolation for Don Yates. Star Winery Worker and grab your stash and head on over to the area you see over here on screen. Remember to grab the wrench on the table here that you saw, then head over to this mechanism here. This controls the hoses for the wine that's being dispensed everywhere. You need to loosen these hoses and get on over this pipe here. Walk straight up these stairs and straight through the big wine barrel door. Take out these guards here straight ahead. Swap into mercenary once both are KO'd and head on upstairs to the wine cellar. Don should be coming down, so make sure you bump him a few times just to give his guards enough time to catch up. Once they've caught up within a good vicinity, you can let Don go, and his guards can go on ahead as well. You're going to need to take out both his guards one after the other, so make sure you have either a trank on hand, or you can do things the hard way like you see on screen here, where I knock out one and then knock out the other on the stairs, and then you get a free KO for Don in the caves. Away you go. This is perfect if you need a loud ballistics kill on Don and you want to get an immediate exit because the wetsuit is right around the corner. You can just exit right after the kill. So it's fantastic for speeding up the exit process in this map, which could mean the difference between winning and losing a match. So, fantastic strat from Time Cube. Hell yeah. This next strat is fucking nuts. There's a lot of shit to it. It's a Chrome X strat, so I mean, chill out. What do you expect? It's complicated as fuck. It's a mess. But it's actually really awesome and practical and makes a lot of spins really fast because it's a double ISO. You're going to get up. Oh, guess what? Yeah, it's a waiter start. Yeah, of course it's a fucking waiter start. You're going to get up to where Tamara is. You're going to secret her immediately. Tamara's already dealt with. That's already said and done. Get down into the area where the chief winemaker is now from here. Once you reach past the gaucho and the winery worker that are talking in that one room there, you're going to KO the winery worker at the bottom of the stairs and grab the briefcase and the wrench directly to your left on that table there. Do the same thing you did with the wine hoses in the last strat by disconnecting those fucks and then head on up the stairs where the sommelier is. From here, you're going to drop your briefcase in a pretty specific spot so that the sommelier, who's going to be running out his door in a second, is going to see the briefcase, stop and pick it up. That'll buy you a little extra time to KO him and make things easier for yourself. Once you drop the briefcase off, get over to the side room, throw something to get the distractions of both the winery worker and the gaucho, KO the winery worker, KO the gaucho, head back into the room with the sommelier, and then KO his ass. From there, get rid of the waiter that's right behind you and the two winery workers in that same room and drag the bodies as you see here on screen. Yes, I know, it looks like a fucking mess. You can rip pretty freaking easily doing this, but I've practiced the shit out of this strat, and I've nailed it several times in a row without fail. So it's very consistent the better you get at it. Once all the bodies are positioned properly, it's very important to hide the waiter behind these barrels too, by the way, so make sure you do that. Take the banana that I forgot to mention that you need to bring for this strat out and bring it in front of this light, about 1.5 meters directly in front of the light, because that's the exact line of pathway that Don's going to be running down. From there, the strat's pretty much done. It's a remote ISO for Don, so that's convenient. You can knock out Tamara, you can knock out the 2 people in the bathroom with her, deal with Tamara if you need to, and then go downstairs and deal with the mercenaries that guard Don if you like as well. They're pretty easy to take care of. You can just deal with both of them with a simple bullet distract and then 2 KOs and you're good to go. And then guess what? This room is even soundproof if you shoot it from the side where the Gaucho and the winery worker that you KO'd earlier are still hanging out. So it's a freaking awesome strat. Chrome, you really blew it out of the park with this one. It's just a mess and super complicated, so make sure you practice the fuck out of it. Next up, we have the Corvo Black and the head of security grabs from the waiter start, obviously, because everything's fucking waiter start. Take a banana with you on this one and grab one of the wine bottles straight ahead once you jump over the table there from the start. If you want Corvo, you're going to need to bump into the head of security and then quickly throw the wine bottle where I threw it on screen there and plant the banana directly in front of where the wine bottle landed so that the NPC that inspects it, who will be Corvo, will knock themselves out of the banana peel and you can take the disguise free of charge. Simple as that. You do need to do the strat at the beginning of the waiter start, otherwise there's too many wandering parts and different NPCs in the area, so you won't be able to replicate this strat if you do this a little bit later on in the map. But if you do it right off the bat, you'll nail it every time. If you just want the head of security disguise, you don't even need to bump anybody, just toss the bottle, plant the banana, and the head of security will be over to inspect it in 2 seconds. Grab him free of charge as well. Super easy grab. I think this one was done by Time Cube as well, so thanks for this strat, brother. You are the tits. And finally for Mendoza, we have the updated Tango Musician grab by Chrome X again. So thanks again, Chrome, for this cool strat. Again, though, because it's a Chrome strat, it's complicated and convoluted as fuck, but it's actually quite consistent, and it's probably the best way to grab the Tango Musician for the majority of spins, in my opinion. All you need for this strat is a banana. Start waiter again, of course. Stock up on wine bottles immediately and head out to the reception desk. Grab the coin and the wine bottles on the reception desk and head out to the dance floor. You're going to bump the waitress with the drink tray in her hand, and then you're going to get under the stairs and toss a wine bottle between the barrel and the box that you see in front of you there. Now head over to right behind the piano, and you're going to need to place a gun on top of the piano right in front of the piano player so that he stops playing piano and the band starts dispersing throughout the dance floor. From here, you're going to use that coin that you just picked up from the reception desk. Using the piano leg as a reference, put the coin about a foot in front of the piano leg and then place the banana that you brought to the left of that coin. From here, you just need to wait for the Tango Musician to see the coin. The bodyguard that could normally see you take this disguise is distracted from the bottle throw that we did earlier under the stairs there. Once the Tango Musician KOs himself on the banana, just crouch behind the piano exactly like you see and take the disguise free of charge. There's really nothing to worry about here, but you do need to be in a very specific spot when you grab this disguise because there are a ton of eyes in this area. It looks a lot scarier than it actually is. This is a very consistent strat. I've done it many, many times without fail. You do need to practice this one a lot, though. It's kind of a theme with Chrome's strats. He makes really sick strats that work really well. They just require ridiculous amounts of time in your life to master, so you know, it's all about whether or not you have a job or a girlfriend or kids. And if you have any of that stuff, you pretty much got to say goodbye to any potential Chrome strat learning. But anyways, after you grab the Tango Musician, you're good to go. You can even get right up to Don, as you see on screen here. You just keep running through the wine cellar area, get upstairs to where Don is in the villa. You can KO both of the mercenaries there at the bottom of the stairs, or you can just decide to climb the pole and KO Don's wife and then KO Don. It depends on what the kill happens to be. But yeah, this disguise grab allows a lot of freedom for the map, and the isolation on Don is just as easy as ever, and then you can deal with Tamara right after the fact. So, awesome disguise grab, great way to end out the map. Definitely beats the alternative to grabbing the Tango Musician, but I would not recommend attempting this strat after the very beginning of the map, because too many NPCs move to different sections of the dance floor, and the strat becomes null and void. So, if you get the Tango Musician right off the bat, once you start Waiter, you shouldn't have any issues whatsoever, but like I said, just do this strat at the start of the map, and if you can't afford to get Tango Musician right off the bat, you are going to have to unfortunately resort to getting one of the musicians sick and getting him in the bathroom. So, great strat if you're able to do it. Moving on to Ambrose Island to end things off, we've got an updated strat for Knoll Crest Consumed Poison. You need to bring poison and a pistol for this strat, so start Stilt Village, take your pistol out, immediately turn around and shoot through the window of the hut directly behind you and to your left, if your back is towards it. That's going to wake up the sleeping chef in there named Shri. She's the one that's going to serve Knoll his poison. She's the only one that can do it, and it speeds up the poison kill by a factor of a couple of minutes even, so it's much better than getting the poison kill done from the meeting room where Knoll drinks his glass of whiskey in there when he talks to Akka once you hit the light, so it's definitely good to know for that reason. Get into Shri's apartment hut, grab the key that's just sitting right next to where she was sleeping, and that's going to be the key that can open the kitchen hut up. Get up to the kitchen hut where you see here, and make Knoll's food and immediately poison it after. Try not to get spotted by the cook watching TV, but this guy's pretty easy to avoid, so you're fine. From here, you just need to wait until you see the cook on the other side of the kitchen hut talk to Knoll once he gets up to the top of the stairs. The reason we woke Shri up so early is if we waited any longer to wake her up from the start of the map, then we would have missed the timing on Knoll's poison cycle, and we wouldn't have been able to get the kill. So you would have had to resort to the really slow light setup, which does not help if you're trying to win a match. So this is definitely the recommended kill method for Consumed Poison Knoll. Once you see the cook tell Knoll that his favorite chef is in the area and she's going to bring out his food in a little bit, he'll sit down, and then he should die around the 3:20 mark-ish, something like that. That gives you ample time to set up the bomb delivery and get whatever disguises and kill that you need for Akka in the meantime as well. Hope that helps. Next up, we have the falling object kill for Knoll Crest. This one seems to be a real pain in the ass for a lot of players in the community, so I wanted to include it for this video. It's pretty straightforward. There's only one thing you need to do. It's pretty much always going to be a live kill, and it's very easy to execute. It's just a matter of getting the timing down for everything else you need in the spin done before you get set up for this kill. The time stamp you're going to be looking for is between the 3-minute 17 and the 3-minute 20-second mark if you were to start Social Hub and not proxy trigger any conversations after the Social Hub start. I highly recommend getting everything done, including the bomb delivery, disguise grabs, and the kill on Akka herself before you get this set up, but sometimes, because the timing can be pretty tight for this, you can't really afford to get everything done. But usually Knoll Crest falling object spins are going to be sub 4. Pretty much guaranteed. It really does depend on how much of a pain in the ass the Akka kill is. Once all your shit's set up, you're gonna get into this very specific hut. The hut on the furthest side of the village that has 2 ladies just sitting outside of it. There's also a screwdriver right in front of the hut just to tell you where exactly you are. Plus the hut with the very loud, ridiculous music playing is also right near this hut. So tons of references to know exactly where this hut is. You're gonna need to jump through the window of this hut specifically, and then just aim at this wooden little pallet here that's holding up the boat right in front of you. The reason you go through the window and sit inside of the hut itself to take this shot is so that nobody A, sees you. The girl outside of the hut can actually see you take the shot very easily from pretty much anywhere in this area except from inside of the hut. So it just makes things easier for quality of life purposes. You don't have to take out the girl or anything like that. Just get the kill, get out of the hut, and away you go. You need to shoot the wooden pallet as Knoll is walking under it between the 3:17 and 3:20 minute mark. You can't shoot it any later than about 3 minutes 20 seconds, because if you do that, yes, you'll get the kill on Knoll, but you definitely risk killing one or both of his guards as well. So get the kill at 3:20 at the latest, and you should be fine. Like I said, the only issue for this strat is the time crunch for Akka, so you're going to need to juggle a few things. Just get the bomb delivery done, and you'll have to judge for yourself if you have time to kill Akka. Otherwise, I'd recommend just isolating Akka, getting the kill on Knoll, coming back and killing Akka, then exiting. And finally, to end things off, we have a cool Knoll isolation strat designed by Jotes. What's going on, bro? Sorry, I forgot to credit you for the bullet impact notice strat isolating fucking Rico in his garage in Santa Fortuna in the last video. But yeah, that's Jotes' strat, by the way, guys. So, hey, everybody say hi to Jotes for that. But you start Stilt Village for this. I like seeing the Stilt Village starts. It's great. And the idea here is you want to get both of Knoll's guards sick. I did it with a Seeker, which is arguably the harder way to do it, but I did it with a Seeker just to demonstrate that it can be done with pretty much any emetic method, but I'd recommend doing it with an emetic mine in a briefcase. Just detonate it when they're both next to each other. Very easy to set up. They'll both get sick and wander off in different directions, and then you need to do a throw distraction for Knoll like you see here in this exact area. Once Noel comes around, you can KO him immediately, and then KO the guard sitting by the fire barrel, and then make sure that the guard that is going over to the toilet is a little bit closer to the toilet before you knock out the guard of the fire barrel, just to give that guard a little more time to get to his destination. If you KO the fire barrel guard a little too early, then the other guard will reroute and go to the fire barrel himself, and then you risk getting ripped. So don't be too impatient, deal with one at a time. Once they're both KO'd, you even have enough time, like you see here, to go do the bomb delivery strat. It's a really epic strat, it's not super tedious. You're bringing a seeker in this map most of the friggin' time anyway, so it doesn't even have that much of a big loadout requirement to do this, and it seems to shave off a few seconds, especially in terms of exiting. You can go deal with Akka, the bomb delivery is already set up, get the disguise for Noel, get the kill on Noel, and at the very end you can just swap into a militia soldier disguise. You have two of them to choose from right in the exact area, and you can take the boat exit right near where the engineers are. This is actually a much faster exit than going into the hut where you need to take the brick and then take the key off the table there, and then exit the little boat there. It shaves off a good 10 seconds or so. Definitely worth taking the time to learn this strat if you want to do very well in Ambrose Island, especially in tournament. Not to mention the fact that starting Stilt Village allows you immediate access to scissors, as they're on the same exact dock as where you start, and it gives you immediate access to a starfish, which is located directly under the kitchen hut to your left if you're walking away from the Stilt Village starting point. Great strat overall. Jotes, you're the tits. Alright, and that about does it for the updates. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Man, there was a lot to cover, especially since I didn't think this video was going to be nearly as long as the Season 2 video. So far, it's creeping up on that one, if not gonna pass it by the end of this video. So who knows? We'll see what happens. But yeah, a lot of really cool updates for Season 3. I think Season 3 had probably the most fun updates out of the 3 update videos that I've done so far. So that was a lot of fun putting all this together. But now we're going to move on to my favorite part of every one of these videos, my traditional spin demonstration, just to give the newcomers something fun to check out at the end of the video. So here we go. Let's see what we got. So for this spin, we have Berlin. We got Rolf Hirschmiller with the concealable knife. That's how we gotta kill the first agent. Second agent must be killed with a loud SMG as the delivery guy. Third agent must be killed with a falling object dressed as the club security. Fourth agent must be killed with an explosion accident dressed as the DJ. And the fifth and final agent must be killed with an explosive weapon, loud or silent, with the club crew disguise. Not a bad spin, pretty fun one. We do need to bring a loud SMG for this because there are no loud SMGs in Berlin. So that's not a big deal, because pretty much every other kill we need for this spin, we can find all the means for it within the map itself, but we're still going to bring some shit along with us anyways. I'm opting to start club crew for this one. I brought a damaged SMG, the single-handed one, and I'm going to put that in the chill out staff entrance. I'm bringing 2 breachers and a pistol with me just to make things a little easier for quality of life purposes. And that's about it. Club crew, I feel like, is pretty good because we can get a few birds stoned at once from this start. Although we could probably do from biker as well. You could even try this from suit start, maybe even DJ. But I would probably recommend either club crew or biker or suit start main entrance for the club for this spin. But yeah, let's go. Let's see how we do. Alright, so, like I said, club crew start. We're going to grab our stash right off the bat from the chill out entrance. That is the SMG that we needed to bring for one of the kills. Keep in mind, for the newcomers watching, for Berlin, you do not need to kill the targets in any particular order. You can do any of these kills in any order you want. You just got to make sure that you get all 5 kills done with the right conditions. So, easy enough, but we're just going to lure Swan over here. Makes things a little easier. This is a really great spot. A lot of people don't really use this one, but I've been a fan of it since the early days of Berlin. It seems to work out for me, and I like it for the kill that I'm going to get in a little bit here. So, there's Swan. Just got his ass kicked. Gonna grab his SMG and the key card for no reason. And let's make our way now over to the delivery guy. So, this little bitch is too busy talking about his drug deal on the phone to be delivering them pizzas. So I think the guy deserves a good briefcase to the face or something. But this guy definitely deserves a briefcase to the face, as he's doing way worse things than not delivering pizzas. He is trying to kill me. So I think that slightly makes this person a little bit worse, which is why we're gonna kill him with the cement girder coil thing. And we're only gonna be punching the delivery guy in the back of the face with the briefcase. No big deal. Or some kind of throwing object. I don't remember what I threw at him. I think it might have been, yeah, here it is. It's the hairspray thing. Perfect. So we're going to lure delivery guy over with the keys and shit. Grab his keys because that's the exit we're going to be taking a little bit later. And here we go. We got the disguise we need right now. And we're going to head over back to Swan and kick his ass with SMG. A loud SMG. So, like I said, we got the second agent kill done before the first one because, I mean, Rolf Hirschmiller for the first kill, he's kind of out of the way. Can't exactly get that one done first. But, again, if you're not new to roulette, you already know this shit. So, there's the kill on Swan. Easy peasy squeezy lemons, no big deal. And we've already got the Club Crew disguise set up for the explosive weapon kill that we need, which I brought 2 breachers for. I brought 1 breacher for the explosive weapon kill itself, because I'd rather have a silenced explosive, even though there are loud explosives on the map that I can get. It's just much easier to bring a breacher when the spin allows you to bring as much shit as this spring allows you to bring. So, you know what I mean. No big there, but now we're going to be doing the classic. We're going to head up to the rooftop. There's a crowbar over here. Gonna grab this bitch, because you can never have too many crowbars. Top tier shit. It's like bringing a 5th item with you whenever you find a crowbar on the map. Good times. So there's Green. He's got the, what is that called? The concealable knife that I'm gonna need with the Rolf Hirschmiller kill. So that's easy peasy. Blew his ass up with the Club Crew disguise, so there's the execution of the explosive weapon kill as Club Crew, so there's 2 targets down.
Green.
Now we're going to do the banner lure. Classic banner lure. Not a whole lot to it. You guys already know how that's done, so just head down and meet Banner. He's going to be my last kill. I got the falling object kill is already set up with Thames. That's the reason I dragged his body earlier. So that can be done pretty much at any time. I'm going to knock out Banner, and then I'm going to get the falling object kill on Thames in a little bit here. But let's just drag Banner a little bit out of the way because you never know. This fucking game loves to be a bitch sometimes. So let's kill Thames real quick, get that falling object kill, and make that 3 targets down out of 5. Only 4 minutes in. And we've already got the means for the final kill. And the DJ explosive accident kill, I mean, it's super easy peasy. No big deal on that one. Explosive accident is some of the easiest kills in the game, period, right? Because, I mean, all you need, especially if you have a breacher, you can just do the classic drive-by. Who doesn't love a fucking drive-by? That shit's awesome. When you just run past and drop the breacher with the propane in your hand and away you go. Blow it up immediately. That's a GG, bitch. Love that strat. Everybody loves that strat. So, now we're gonna head down, grab the DJ disguise real quick. With the new updates, this door straight ahead of us that we would normally go into the DJ booth is, it's locked, and that's fine, but the problem is the DJs are more prone to see you if you unlock the door. So I just say, fuck that, go around the side, or go around the back, open both doors, do some chain lures, and knock the guy out by the box. Just makes things easier for quality of life reasons, and you don't need to knock out both the DJs in the booth like we used to. So grab DJ disguise, he's boxed, no issues there. Careful of this prick. He's an enforcer for all DJs, which is a bitch, but he's good. We be cooperating right now, so no big a dayer. But now Chamberlain's gonna be a little bit of a bitch because there's tons of NPCs in the area here. I want it to be a little quicker for this kill, just to get him in the dance floor. There's a couple spots where he runs around and there's no NPCs to potentially get blown up by this thing, but whatever. Chamberlain's being a little B-word. That's fine. We're going to get him dead in a minute here. And then we just need to get Rolf Hirschmiller, and we're out of the friggin' map. So good times. But, Yeah, I like the spin. So far, it's Baleen has different stuff going on all the time, man. That's the nice part about this map. I stand by that it's the most difficult roulette map, though. I know a lot of people seem to have problems with Haven. A lot of people struggle with Santa Fortuna. A lot of people struggle with Scale and Mumbai. All that is understandable. Those maps are all very difficult too. But Baleen is it's something different all the time. So there's the breacher. I'm glad I didn't get blown up by that ship, but we're good. I panicked a little bit because I thought maybe I'm not far enough away from the explosion. So let's panic a little bit and shut our pants, but we're good. No explosion kill on ourselves. So the sixth target is still alive and well. Sixth target being 47. We just passed Montgomery and his guard. We could have got Montgomery too, but he has his guard with him, so it's just easier if I don't attempt it with Montgomery, and Chamberlain's dead anyways, so no big deal. Now let's just grab Rolf and get the fuck out of here. Did the throwing distraction for him. He's the only one that hears it, because he's the only one in proximity. Just box Rolf, change disguises, and get the kill on Banner upstairs, and we're good. But spins like this in Baleen, they don't come around too often. They're very easy spins. Some of them you really require a lot of thought, and I think for competition, Baleen is the hardest roulette map, because you never know what the ideal method for completing each spin is going to be. They're always different, and people are going to be using different strats the most often in this map overall, I'd say.
Evacuate the area immediately.
A lot of fun, though. Baleen's always going to be top tier. Still my favorite roulette map, and there's the exit. We are good to G2G. 742, not too bad of a time. Like I said, still my favorite roulette map, but also the most difficult, and a lot of fun in general. I suggest any newcomers that want to try out roulette for the first time, experiment in Baleen. It's a lot of fun, and it gets you learning a lot of stuff really quick. So there you go. Hope you guys enjoyed that. And fuck yeah, good shit. All right, and that does it for episode 23. Thank you guys so much for being a part of this series with me. It's been an absolute blast putting all these videos together. Again, it's kind of bittersweet. I feel like we've said goodbye a few times now on the Mendoza video and on the Ambrose video, and now on episode 23 with the final updates, but I don't think this is goodbye. I mean, if those last two goodbyes are anything to go by, it just means that we got some good shit maybe coming up in the future. We'll see. I might just think of different ideas to continue this series along, like I said earlier, or maybe we'll get some new content for the game that will force me to continue this series, which would be ideal for everybody. So I'm super stoked to see what the future has to hold for Hitman. I feel like the game's still got a fuck ton of life left in it, and things are going to be still going on with this game for quite some time to come. There are always new strategies being invented by tons of members in the community, and we've always got new tournaments to look forward to, not just the roulette tournaments, but Hitman tournaments in general. So I highly recommend you join the Discords in the description of this video and check out every little event that does take place within the community, because there's a fuck ton of them, and it keeps the game fresh and exciting. So join the Discords, have some fun, talk some shit in the servers. Let's all make some friends and, beat up on each other a little bit in tournaments. It's the shit. It's tons of fun. So, fuck yeah. Again, thank you guys so much for being here. I love the shit out of you guys, except for you little bitch. You know who you are. And, I'm always stoked to see you guys are getting a lot of help from these videos. I'm always pumped when people share these videos in the Discord server. It seems like it's really picking up. A lot of people that are entering tournaments now are crediting my videos as the source that's helped them out through the entire tournament. I hear my stupid-ass voice in the background in a lot of matches, because some people will even watch the videos during matches themselves, which is always fucking hilarious, I find. But yeah, in general, just thank you so much for all the support. I started this series as just a fun thing, and it's turned out to be more successful than I anticipated. So thanks everybody for being here, and we will see you in the next video. Like I said, I don't know when that will be for this series exactly, but, subscribe to the channel and be awesome, and I'll see you in the next video regardless. Until then, you guys keep being fucking awesome, keep rocking out, and keep gaming.